So today was the day that I realised that I can no longer share my location. It was the day I decided to not post on this channel for I don't really know how long, but anything between a month and 2 months. It was the day I realised that I have to get out of San Cristobal now, even though I have another 2 days of my hotel paid for. I've just texted the host and said I need to leave. Any chance to get my money back, and he seems to be receptive, but you know, I don't care. And I would understand if he didn't. I booked the hotel, but anyway. So I'm going out now to stock up on tobacco. I'm gonna get 10 packs of this 120 peso, £5 tobacco. It's organic, it seems pretty good. And I'm gonna get 3 packs of a fluoride-free toothpaste, even though I haven't actually tried it yet. I did plan on trying it first. Anyway, there is a shop along here that I remember sells the tobacco. But it don't matter because I'm going to pass another one anyway, the one that I usually get it from. Just had a few emails essentially and signs that I'm not going to go into the details. But I've had a few, just a realisation that it isn't safe for me to be sharing my location and speaking authentically, honestly, truthfully. Wow. You know, I knew it was bad. I knew the times we were living in were bad, and there were lots of insane people willing to do insane things in order to just perpetuate their hatred. I'm really realising now, you know, I used to think it was, you know, these die-hard lefties, these Antifa types. I used to think it was, you know, just virtue. Well, it is. No, it's not. I used to think it was just virtue signalling and conditioning. But what I'm realising now is these people live in absolute hatred, and they love nothing more than destroying people, and they get dopamine hits from, you know, the trolling and worse, real life stuff. And they're so addicted to it, and they're so addicted to destruction of self and other. And we live in a society where if you brandish someone as racist, or you use one of these buzzwords against them, then it is seen as virtuous to be hateful. So it's like the only way that these possessed, hateful, broken people can fulfill their energy and their addiction and look good in the eyes of mainstream society. It's like they've allowed a way for people who are full of hate to be accepted. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm just starting to realise what it really is. And that if you hate people in this particular way, then it's acceptable. So they've just moved to that. It's not really that they care about coloured people or anything like that. It's just that this is the accepted way, the state-sanctioned way to hate someone. So you might think that big leaf is in there as rubbish, hola, but it's not. That's her bush. I had basically decided that I was going to go and see Wakana. I'm sure I haven't said that right. But yeah, the really natural, beautiful state in Mexico. But yeah, I just feel like it's probably best to get out of Mexico. So I'm gonna go to a small town. I think it's called Comitan, about 2 hours away, which basically just looks like a smaller version of San Cristobal. While I work out what I'm doing. I mean, basically, I've still got about 10 days worth of weed. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably just fly. I was going to go to Guatemala after Wakana, but you know, because I've already said that on YouTube, I guess I should go somewhere else. So I'm just going to jump into this small little town that I believe is called Comitan, and smoke the rest of my weed, and then get on an aeroplane, maybe to Argentina. I'm not sure, but I feel like it's time to probably leave Central America even. This might seem like a massive overreaction, but there is good reason for it. I can't share the details because it would just make things worse. I would love to tell you, it would make for an incredible video, but yeah, better not. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Looks like I'm not the only one leaving San Cristobal today. Where are all these Mexicans going? What a gathering. We're all queuing for something. Looks like we're all queuing this way. Is it just for taxis? Who knows? Anyway, here's another great Mexican shop coming around the corner. Fantastic. I've just popped into a closer one to see if they've got Tom's toothpaste. No. Toothpaste. Tom's. No, toothpaste called Tom's. No problem, I don't think you have. Sin fluoride.
Sin fluoride?
Yeah. Tom's. It's okay, I know where I sell them. Gracias. Alright, let's go to where we originally got the fluoride-free toothpaste, but charged us 3 times. I'm not going to go into it again, either you saw it or you didn't. Anyway, we're going to go and give them some more business now. So of course there's a great sadness that I'm not going to share on this channel for, I don't know, at least a month. It's going to be very strange. And Shadow Surrender and Not Today Satan are going to have to change in terms of, you know, my recording style, which is obviously walking and talking. You know, I can't give anyone my location now, so I think I'm going to have to start doing my videos in my hotel room against a blank wall that no one can identify. It's just crazy. Yeah, for the first time, or one of the first times in my life, I feel like I'm really taking a sensible decision. A decision that honours myself and protects myself, and also accepts that whatever is happening here in my life in terms of my purpose and what I'm stepping into and what I'm meant to be putting out into the world doesn't need to be rushed. You know, like I think only a few weeks ago, or yeah, just a very recent version of Tom would have been screwing over like, but the channel's not going to grow for X amount of months, I'm not going to earn that money, blah blah blah. But now there's just like a deep sense of trust that one, everything happens for a reason, and is all just for a greater good. It's all for training and learning. And two, but all that is coming, and it's all coming in the divine perfect timing that it will come in, and that I just need to keep trusting and, you know, pushing, but not pushing out of self-sabotage, not pushing out of desire to human desire, basically my own desire, rather than just surrendering to letting what is destined to just unfold. Really trusting that and leaning into that more than ever. So yeah, it's frustrating, but I'm seeing the bigger picture, and I'm not that, you know, I'm not particularly upset about it. I mean, maybe when it gets to actually not posting, I haven't experienced it yet. It is going to be weird, but yeah, I just need to focus on the other 2 channels for now. But I'll keep recording every day, so you know there'll be loads of footage backed up, but on a time scale that won't give away my location. Okay, it's going to be so weird sitting still and doing videos, but maybe, you know, maybe that's part of it too, like, because then I can use that stupid duck thing, StreamYard, and you know, maybe my videos will go to a whole new level. You know, maybe this is another reason it's happening. I do love how this universe works and how it teaches you. But usually it's few shit you don't want to happen, but then you realise, oh, that's why it happened. Not my favourite shop in San Cristobal. We've had some pretty bad experiences here. Yeah, gracias. Bringing a toothpaste back because I actually bought the fluoride version for a refund and then just getting charged for it again. Anyway, how many should we get? I think 3 should do it. Let's make sure we get the right one. Okay, fluoride free. There's only 2 of them, so I'll go with that. So all the shops seem to be shut. So I think I've probably already walked past the place where I get the cheap tobacco. I think the place that sells American Spirit is just down here on my right. So hopefully that's open. And then I did see a shop fairly close to me with tobacco, if I can find that, if that's open. But yeah, oh my god, are we going to leave San Cristobal with one pack of tobacco? That's going to be so ridiculous. Ah, shit. I'm pretty sure it's past 10 in the morning, so I'm wondering if it's some sort of bank holiday. Like, everything seems to be shut, which isn't ideal. I'm very scared about not being able to get tobacco. Why can't I see my camera? Everything's going tits up, guys. So after some googling, I found out that no, it's not a bank holiday. The shops just don't open till 10:30. So yes, very glad to say that here we are with an open shop. Hola! He told me I wasn't allowed to film in the shop. Very unfriendly. And then he got a lot more friendly when I said, can I buy 10 packs of tobacco? So yeah, tobacco and filters sorted to go with Stephen's very kind gift of a raw papers, a full pack. So yeah, sorted. Time to get on a bus to Comital somewhere. Whoa, it is so weird watching this back. So weird watching this back. So this is, yeah, so the night before this, I had received an email that was very convincing. They'd built up to it, you know, they'd been sending me these emails, and they built up to it. So basically, it was all a psyop created by a psychopath. Which I'm not going to speak into, I'm not going to go into detail on, because I'm not going to give it energy. I'm not going to give that reality energy. It's no longer my reality. This is all over now, thank God. But yeah, the night before this, I received an email saying that Antifa were going to use, or were using, the cartels in Mexico to try and off me. So yeah, really, really crazy times. And I'm actually surprised at my energy in this video and how I'm already seeing it as a spiritual teaching. Now that does change. Over the next 3 weeks that changes, and you'll see it in the videos. Yeah, it became very surface level and very real and very scary. But you know, I do hope that this help. You know, I should just stop caring, because it amazes me that after, you know, sharing it, on one level it amazes me. On one level I totally understand it, because I realise we live in a demented society where everyone projects. But on another level, it amazes me that I can share so deeply, so authentically, so openly, so honestly, and then when something happens, which, okay, yeah, it didn't really happen, but it did happen in one reality, as in I believed it, I totally believed it for 3 weeks, I completely fell for it. There were signs, like looking back now, I should never have fallen for it. No, that's not fair, that's not fair. I understand why I fell for it. But with the knowledge I have now and the hindsight I have now, like, there were clear signs it was bullshit. Which I'm not going to go into. I'm not going to go into the absolute details of it, because it's just, I don't want to make that my reality again. I don't want to feed that energy, that fear response that I was in, you know, because it's, you know, I'm only just clearing it now, you know, like, there's still parts of me that can go into it, because it was so real for 3 weeks. Like, for 3 weeks, it was like here, you know, I could die at any minute. Looking around like a gang, like a gang, like, was that a gang member? That guy looked at me, oh my God, like, have I been spotted? You know, I mean, it was so fucking intense. It was so intense. But yeah, it's over now. It's over now, and it's no longer my reality. So I'm going to keep it that way. But you will see in the videos. You know, I definitely do mention it in the upcoming videos. But there's many videos where I don't, because I didn't know how to play this. You know, I didn't know, one, if I would ever YouTube again. And really, at this time, I managed to keep filming, but I wasn't focused on my YouTube channel. You know, I was focused on staying alive. So if I'd have, you know, if I'd have had the hindsight I had now, like, without knowing it wasn't real, let's say, I would have spoken about it more. And I would have shown more, and you know, it would be absolutely undoubtable that this happened. But really, you know, this video should show you that it definitely happened. Or I believed it was happening. So yeah, thank you so much to those that never doubted me and, you know, trust my integrity and stuck with me. Like, wow, it just means the world to me. And for those that didn't, I forgive you. You know, no hard feelings. But I really hope that you can end these silly projections that I would ever lie to make money. Like, I just can't believe people watch my content and think I'm a liar. Like, how do you think I share like this by lying? Like, it's just impossible. Anyway, but this is the distortion we live in and the lack of awareness. Whew. Really weird watching that back. Big love, take good risks, click some buttons. I'll see you really soon.